Okay, DmentZa said okay. There we go. They finally saw it! Round of applause for DmentZa and Jack. I didn't think they had it in them. Oh wait, it looks like Jack might not have it in him. Oh, he does! Or does he? Let's find out. Did they manage to get the kickoff spawn? They did, just in time. Amazing stuff. I honestly didn't think they had it in them. Johnny a tad stubborn? Oh, more than a tad stubborn. I am the most stubborn person you're gonna meet, but like, players know. They have the players in this tournament, they have very like little you know, there's very few things that they have to do by themselves. So the little that they do have to do, yeah, I'm not gonna go hold their hand while they go do that. Pretty much the only thing they got to do is read the Discord for the information how to join lobbies and knowing when to start a game. And yeah, they need to message in Discord if they have any lag issues or whatever, or they want to change a server. It's pretty straightforward, really. So, I mean, it's I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's the most frustrating thing as a tournament organizer when you're trying to micromanage hundreds of people. With messages all over the place, and then one person can't even read their own singular DMs. Is yeah. In my experience, so like when you have more to do, you're more productive. So I can totally understand it. You know, a lot of these guys are just young and they don't really have their responsibilities, so not able to do it automatically. But yeah, I'm trying to help these guys build up good habits by reading their own DMs and replying to them. Well, I like the power on the shot there by DmentZa, but he didn't get it on target. Still, he didn't have to set up the dodge for that very long before he ripped it. Jack's going to find a way through, though. 2-1. Very poor turn by DmentZa at halfway line. Guys, relax. Nobody messed up. I know a lot of people tuning in right now wonder what I'm talking about. They just didn't read that they were allowed to start the game. That's all. They just didn't read that they could start. Until I added them 50 times on Discord and blew up their notifications, and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like, yeah, I mean, every single match so far has been the same. It's starting on the hour. That's why we start on the hour every time, so that fans of these guys and fans of other players in the tournament know exactly when the matches are going to be happening. So yeah, apologies for this one being a little bit late. Yeah, I know I'm definitely a boomer, especially for the Rocket League scene. Like, Rocket League pro scene is so young that yeah, I'm getting up there with age. It's really. It's quite surprising, really, 'cause, yeah, these years are just flying by. I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys are as well. But yeah, the years do disappear when you're having fun. That was a great goal by Jack. He's looking already significantly improved since his Q1 performance, where he wasn't feeling well at all. Oh, that's cheeky by DmentZa. Look at the control. He just pops it into his own post. Who do I have winning this? Oh, Jack has to be the favorite. DmentZa had a great Fusion qualifier run. He had some big upset wins. But Jack, obviously, in Fusion was on another level. And he came into this tournament as one of the players I was expecting to just win a qualifier straight up. He's been playing that well. And yeah, guys, I'm 29. I'm not 30 yet. Not 30 yet. Your girl wanted to make you a Rocket League cake for your birthday and you're 34? Why didn't you say absolutely make me a Rocket League cake? I would be delighted. I would be over the moon with a Rocket League cake. I'd love it. Yeah, so far what we're seeing in the matchup, Jack's mechanics are looking pretty on point. DmentZa's had some smooth moves as well, but he's going to need to step it up if he's going to keep up with Jack. I wouldn't mind him trying to control the pace of this one in the opposite direction, just try and slow things down and play the 50-50 game, because yeah, Jack has been a bit jumpy in the past in some of his matches we've seen him play. You know, getting him pre-jumping for no reason might be something DmentZa can play into. Your wedding cake was Rocket League themed? Get out of here. I need to see a photo of that. Tweet it at me. I want to see it if you've got a picture. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Your 31 zoomers are in fact tilting. It's fine. I mean, like I said, I do occasionally get frustrated at people just giving me really late information or not responding at all to the one DM that they have in their life that they have to reply to at the time. But you gotta remember, guys, like, the Rocket League community is largely just you know, very young, pro scene especially, like super young guys, and you know, it's a learning experience for them, not just in how to be a professional player in the game, but how to be a professional person in life. And I think we've all got to do that. We've all got to learn that at some point. Nice shot by Jack here. Huge power shot as he sends DmentZa packing again. That's 5-3. Now, it doesn't look like there's as big of a mechanical disadvantage as I might have expected. Obviously, Jack's mechanics are absolutely insane when he's feeling good, when he's in the zone. That's a phenomenal save by DmentZa. How did he stop that flick? Jack absolutely launching it on target. Doesn't get the boost steal on spawn. That's a bit of a giveaway from DmentZa as he sends it long. Pinch shot from Jack on target. I think DmentZa's back for it. Good positioning by him. He saw the pinch coming. It's interesting to see the fake pinch clears becoming more and more meta now, because everybody's seen the pinch shots from all the way back in the other player's half. So now if you just drive up and make it really obvious that you're going for one, the other player has to respect it. They have to retreat, and that does give you space. It does give you the time to grab boost. Who is DmentZa? DmentZa is a player who beat Scrubkilla in the Fusion qualifiers. He beat OSM in the Fusion qualifiers. A couple of really big wins. His team wasn't able to make it in. They missed out on 2 qualification matches, I believe. But yeah, DmentZa, absolutely a scary player. Didn't he take Khaled to overtime as well? Or didn't he only lose by 1 goal to Khaled when they played? I think that's the case. Very mechanically sound. Great positioning. Now, versus Jack, obviously, he's not the favorite. I don't think there's really anyone in this bracket who's the favorite against Jack when he's playing at his best. The tough opponents for him, you know, might be Exotic, Astral, based on what we saw from him today. But I think Jack is got to be the guy. If he's back to form, which he looks like he might be, then he's got to be the favorite to win this qualifier. And this first game from him was pretty impressive. DmentZa staying right there with him, but Jack still in control for the most part and locks up game 1 in the matchup. Great stuff from him. Yes, it's a real tough one for DmentZa. Tough draw. I mean, as you guys know who have been watching the qualifier or the bracket draws, they are there's a degree of randomness to them. So the players are put into pools. DmentZa and Jack were obviously in the pools that ended up playing out against each other, but still, Jack in his pool of players might be the guy that DmentZa was hoping to avoid. Maybe he wanted to play against Scrub. Maybe he wanted to play against Exotic, Revsy. Jack, like I said, might be the one guy who's the scariest when he's on form right now. And that's why we've got 4 qualifiers, not 1. There's more chances for these guys to make that run happen. And this has already been a better showing for DmentZa than Q1. If he could just take it from there, move from strength to strength, then he can still be in contention to make the main event. This is a great start to game 2 now. What's DmentZa got from near ceiling height? Actually just playing the ball early, straight off the back wall. Side boost steal by Jack, and patient play while he lets DmentZa hit the ball to him. And again, Jack playing for the boost, trying to look for an opening to get a clean win past DmentZa. Notice DmentZa just playing the ball high here to waste some time. Make sure that he's got just a moment to breathe to grab the mid boost before Jack's next play. Did Rezi clip on anyone in his matches? Well, Rezi got a flip reset goal against Scrubkilla, and he had a couple of sick mind games as well, so definitely a few clips. Good save by DmentZa here. Again, just making sure to get a lot of distance on the touch to send Jack back to his half and give DmentZa time to grab boost. Multiple fake challenges here from DmentZa. Another real one, and he hid behind the ball very well in this play. Very nicely done. That's a great demo. This is such a well-played game by DmentZa so far. Lots of up-and-coming Spanish players in the 1 scene, and DmentZa's going to take a 2-0 lead. Jack thought he could run for boost in the corner. He was mistaken. DmentZa with a quick turn and a nice little power shot to put the ball on target. There's still a lot of time left in the game for Jack to sort himself out here. DmentZa's proven to be a dangerous opponent. He was expected to be a very dangerous player to run into in these brackets. He's proven that he's a very good player under pressure, performing well in the best of 1s that the Fusion qualifier did have as part of the crew battles. Jack wants to cross over here to grab the boost on the other side. He's just taking his time setting up the attack. DmentZa faking lots of challenges. Now, I don't know if Jack's picked up on it, but several times DmentZa is faking a challenge and then he's hiding behind the ball nice and close and going for an immediate challenge straight afterwards. This time, a bit in reverse. Now, Jack was able to walk right through him, but I don't know if that was partly due to a bad 50-50 from DmentZa. But he's going to want to mix himself up a little bit more, like actually go for a challenge first try. I would love to see DmentZa just challenge early, because every single time he's doing one fake challenge and then he's hiding behind the ball. And if Jack realizes that, he's just going to play it straight over his head on the first bounce. Right after the fake challenge, he'll just get ready to make a move, with full knowledge that the real challenge is probably following it. Look at that, half the game gone already. Oh, great power by Jack. He's just lifted it in off the wall and into the net. And he will equalize. DmentZa not respecting the power shot of Jack here. That was a very well struck shot. It's Jack flicking the camera back and forth as quickly as he can. Sorry to you guys who don't want to see that, but we are watching player POV here. And if they decide to throw their camera around like this, we are going to see it. Big challenge for DmentZa. There's the first time challenge I was talking about that he has to go for every once in a while. You know, if he wants to keep mixing things up, he could go for just a hard fake challenge into shadowing position. Doesn't want to do the same thing twice now. And yeah, there it is, just full on shadow by DmentZa, but oh, what a flick by Jack. Gets it past him. DmentZa gives him a compliment for this one, because the placement on this flick really was so difficult to handle. Huge delay on it as well. DmentZa was fully committed. And this is why Jack's so dangerous. Even if you mix up your defensive plays against him, you can still find a way through. I mean, his flicks were good enough to destroy Joria's from close range. And if Joria's can't stop them, I don't think anybody can. Jack up for the rebound. That's confident. And that's 4-2. He's been very quick on the counter-attacks today. DmentZa needs to keep his wits about him. At any minute, Jack might be launching a shot on to his net. The hard clears have been huge. And I don't see a reverse sweep for DmentZa being a thing. Jack has shown us versus Jorias, he's shown us versus Fairy Peak and Alpha that he can perform well under pressure at the end of a series. I highly doubt that he would give away 3 in a row. DmentZa will just throw in another challenge, but he's missed the follow-up by a mile. Jack's thinking about shooting this one early. He's got the boost. Infield he goes. Mind game from Jack. Going to loop around and try again from the other side. DmentZa's all over the place here. He doesn't have a good line of attack, but he will get somewhat of a clear on the ball. But really it's just more of a pass towards Jack, who's going to continue attacking. Pre-flip by DmentZa. He doesn't land on top of Jack and ruin Jack's position just slightly. There's just not a lot of time left in the clock, and Jack's piling on the pressure here. Even though he doesn't have boost, he's staying with this one. I think he's got the goal covered. Great retreat there by Jack. Timely. And as he smacks DmentZa away from the ball. We have even less time on the clock. Great demo by DmentZa though. Now where will Jack spawn? Far side. That's good news for DmentZa, who's got all the angle to play with, but he goes right into Jack. That's just not good enough from DmentZa. Needed to, I think, use the angle that he had based on where Jack spawned to greater effect. Pre-flip by Jack. Leans away from the ball to make sure that it will stay high. And DmentZa needs to get going right here, right now, or this one is going to be game 2 to Jack as well. Jack is playing such a smart game. And you can clearly see that whatever kind of Jack we had in Q1 is not the Jack that we have showing up today for Q2. Already a 2-0 lead. They've been close games, but really at no point did it look like Jack was under too much pressure. DmentZa just unable to compete with Jack's 1v1 IQ and mechanics. It's just an all-around win so far for ApparentlyJack. Looks like DmentZa's going to be changing car before the next game. No, it's not a rage quit. He's just changing car, guys. Relax. Yeah, remember, guys, I've got my chat off, so they might be typing GG. It's, ooh, dominus DmentZa. This is going to be interesting. Now, this could lead to much more aerial-based play from him. May also be more of a defensive game, because like the Batmobile, Dominus does lend itself to precision rather than brute force like the Octane hitbox. And already DmentZa is backing off. Jack quickly into a high pressure situation. Couple of saves from DmentZa, and he is flying after this one. Reasonable clear on the ball, but he's forced to back off yet again. Now Jack's got so much space to work with. He's got the bounce dribble started, but DmentZa just walks in and says, I don't really care about your bounce dribbling, bro. I'm just going to score if you don't mind. And yeah, Jack just didn't respect DmentZa being here. He thought it was going to be a fake challenge. And he was very all in on it being a fake challenge. So DmentZa takes the lead. Already the card change looking like a genius move. I feel like the Dominus is a more difficult card to read than the Octane. Nice shot by DmentZa. Look at the placement here. Forcing Jack back into his net. Yeah, Jack just did not think that there's a possibility for that to be on target. But yeah, DmentZa's already proven to be more difficult to read in the Dominus. And I think that's partly due to the fact that the vast majority of 1v1 players play with the Octane hitbox. And you're just more likely to be practicing against an Octane player when you play 1v1, Octane or Fennec. And Octane or Fennec kind of do similar things. They're playing the same way and they're read the same way. Whereas Dominus, Batmobile, much more rare cards to go up against, and therefore a bit harder to know exactly what a player is capable of in any position. That's careless by Jack. He's totally mishit this one, and DmentZa might be up 3-0 here. I think he is. And the first two goals were DmentZa playing very well. This one is an element of Jack playing poorly as well. So are we seeing Jack slide away from form at the perfect time for DmentZa to turn this series around? Jack's staying on the ball here. DmentZa's respected that. Now, is he going to fake a pinch clear? No, is this going to be going for it? I feel like with such a slow setup, Jack was never going to be caught off guard by a pinch in that position. Another real challenge early by DmentZa. Jack lets it bounce off the back wall. He's got his flick set up, but DmentZa's turned around at the perfect time again. And DmentZa's got to be careful. He's a bit available for the demo now. Oh, he almost got demoed by Jack. It looked to be close. Jack needs to start moving the ball earlier, and there he will move it earlier. This is what's been lacking in his game. Look at the wave dashes by Jack on the sidewall. Yeah, DmentZa's decided it's time to start challenging earlier. Enough of these fake challenges that don't really do anything against Jack, who's playing so patiently. Let's just dive in every time. That's a horrendous kickoff by Jack, though, and he's right back into a 3-goal deficit. DmentZa destroys him in the center circle. Why is everybody talking about the fact that Flakes isn't playing? Like, do you guys not know this? Like, it's surprising to me that so many Flakes fans don't know that he isn't playing. I thought you guys would know if you're fans. Nice shot by DmentZa. Now, this is something that is harder to do in the Dominus, at least from what I've seen. Great timing on that shot as well. Perfect reset. Stayed right with it. And as soon as he saw Jack committing to the save, he popped it over him. This isn't just the best game for DmentZa we've seen. This is the best game that we've seen in favor of either player in this matchup. DmentZa absolutely dominating. Now, he's given Jack a lot of space, though. Jack went for the mind game. It has not worked out. Oh, he's accidentally flipped, but it's going to bounce in. Now, I don't think Jack meant this at all. It looked like he was setting up a shot, but he flipped by mistake, and DmentZa panicked and just jumped on the spot, and the ball's bounced in. So, not the best player by either player, but Jack was the one with the strong position and the threat of a shot. DmentZa's mistake is costly. There we go. DmentZa's trying to mix up his defense, but Jack's precision on the flick is so huge. Dunks in on the goal line. So DmentZa didn't want to dive in twice in a row, and unfortunately for him, Jack saw it coming, and he's there to stuff him on the goal line. 3 goals for Jack. The comeback is absolutely on. DmentZa needs to try and slow this one down. Just take control, let the ball and the clock do the work for you. Don't force anything. Jack thought about the rebound off the wall here, but he decided to slow down. And at the end of the day, didn't really do much with that attack. That was kind of a nothing play from Jack. He's taking a big risk challenging this ball, but he gets a good touch on it. Jack still has a lot of time. Oh my days, he's just censored it. What is Jack thinking? And the ball's on the goal line. DmentZa puts it in. I don't think this was what Jack had planned, popping the ball into the middle like he did. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking he was trying to get that more into the corner. But yeah, made to look quite silly as he flops around on the goal line and the ball bounces in. Delayed shot by Jack, but he's put it wide, and this has not been a good game from him. Plenty of mistakes, and DmentZa is playing by far his best game yet. Looking very much at home in the dominus. Oh, and that's how you delay a flick. Look at the control from DmentZa. Jack has scored a couple of nice ones today as well, but this one might take the cake. To have this much placement and control with the dominus when you're flicking, certainly more impressive than in the Octane. It's easy to just flick that ball up to the moon when you decide to finally dodge into it. It looks like DmentZa's going to be taking this game. He's going to be taking it in style. 8-3. What a turnaround. Jack hasn't been anywhere near as consistent in this third game as he was in the first two, but would it have mattered? DmentZa's played so well. Wonder if he regrets not starting off this series in the dominus after seeing just how well he's played in this game. Maybe it was all part of the plan. Let's just get Jack used to the Octane matchup and then hit him with the dominus. He won't know what to do. And another goal goes in for DmentZa. He might be able to get double figures here. Nice little pre-flip into the challenge. Still plenty of time left in the clock to get that 10th goal. Interesting kickoff by Jack. He loses it on purpose into his back corner. I mean, at this point, I would have liked to see him save that for the next game. It's not too realistic to be getting 6 goals in a minute in this matchup. DmentZa's just been too solid. Nice little pinch there by DmentZa. I think Jack's going to catch up with it. Still accurate to get the pinch on target from that position. A lot harder than doing it in your own half. Oh, what a read by Jack, though. Bar down. Red with no problem. Great flick in the midfield. Quick as he flicked it over that challenge that was coming his way. Maybe DmentZa does need to be careful just for a few moments because there is still time for Jack. I think that save's going to do it though. DmentZa surely now able to run the time off the clock that he needs to secure this win. Jack gave it a go at the end here, you know. I thought maybe he was just going to save all of his efforts for the next game, but he decided this one is still worth trying. I definitely respect that. But he'll need to try and go back to his game 1 and 2 form because DmentZa's stepped it up here and showing us why he is such a scary player to run into. And yeah, I don't think it's going to get any easier for Jack to read what DmentZa's doing. Like I said, the dominus, bit of a harder card to read in ones. A bit of a harder hitbox to anticipate. Like you just don't know, okay, when he's setting up a delayed flick, where can that ball go? You're not really sure because there's a larger range of things that could be about to happen when they're about to shoot it. Again, what kind of shot is that? I've not seen that as often as I have from an Octane. That's maybe why Jack is struggling here, but DmentZa's showing great mastery of the vehicle. Jack saw this one coming. Nice saving of the boost. And a great dodge on the demo as well. And look at the speed of Jack. That's more like it from him. 3 big wins in a row. First he shuts down the attack, he dodges the demo, and then he gets very quick recovery to pop this one into the open net. Jesse said he's going to focus on Fortnite. That's awesome. Best of luck to him. I'm excited to see the Jesse Fortnite content. DmentZa's got a lot of space in field now. Ooh, got a full 360 into that shot and almost got the rebound in. I mean, this is a pretty difficult angle to work with. Oh, where's DmentZa going now? This is not looking too good. All of a sudden, Jack has a lot of space to play with and multiple mind games are being utilized as DmentZa's boost runs out. Oh, good save. Jack was off the bar though, and that is a open net miss technically, even if it was a difficult one. But DmentZa just got to stay calm here. Clearly he's got a better matchup here in the dominus. Huge challenge by DmentZa. Look at the block. Look at this move. And it's all about the approach. You can see from Jack's POV that he was aware that DmentZa was coming, but he just didn't get his flick off in time. DmentZa committed really hard for that one, very high on the ball. And he's going to get another goal as well. Jack unable to keep it out. DmentZa smashes it in after the kickoff. And yeah, Jack is going to have to start moving the ball more quickly. We saw him do it in the last game a few times, anticipating those early challenges. But you know, it's one thing to see it coming. It's another thing to get the ball flicked immediately. You really don't have any time to waste. Did Scrub win his series? No, Scrub lost in his series today. He'll be disappointed. Said he's going to give Saltmine his all, and then that'll probably be it for him for once for a while. It is a real grind, and it takes a lot of mental fortitude to put the time in that's necessary to be good at ones. Nice save by Jack, but DmentZa is right there to put this one into the back of the net. Scrub said he's going to stream the next Quals. Yeah, I think Scrub streaming Quals is a good idea because it gives him a bit of content. I'm sure people want to see that. And he showed us versus Alpha that he is able to play to a pretty high level even when he is streaming. I don't think that his performance off stream versus Resi today was better than his performance against Alpha. So, you know, Scrub clearly in a good place mentally, even when he is playing in front of a large audience on his channel and another channel at the same time. And it's some really cool content to see as well. I'm sure you guys would love to see it. Shout out to all the players who are streaming their POVs. Oh, shout out to DmentZa for stepping up here as well. Look at this. Coming down like a peregrine falcon on top of Jack in this play. Great usage of the air roll and the boost to find Jack on the goal line. Ahmad won. Wait, Ahmad's won already? Did he sweep it? No way. Only 30 minutes. I mean, Ahmad took Alpha to game 5, so I'm expecting to see him do well in the following quals. Ahmad 3-1 rise. Oh, looks like their series is just very quick. Well played to Ahmad. The winner of this series, Jack vs DmentZa, will play against Ahmad tomorrow in the quarterfinal. That's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, congrats to Ahmad on getting his first points on the board overall as well. Thought Ahmad wasn't allowed in my stream. I don't know where you got that idea. Not sure where that came from, but no, Ahmad is definitely allowed in my stream. Great guy, great player, very entertaining to watch. Jack trying to get in the bottom corner. He finds it, and we've got a tie game, game 4. DmentZa extremely all in for that play and did not get a goal out of it. Is Lurley allowed in my stream? No, because he had DM for boost in his bio, which is pretty foolish in my opinion. Yeah, that's why he was excluded from eligibility for Salt Mine Quals immediately, because that is pretty silly to do. That's going to go for DmentZa. Nice challenge here. Jack wanted to get this past him cleanly, that he didn't get the free hit on the ball. DmentZa able to beat him to it. Maybe Jack underestimated how much boost DmentZa had in that play. This is still looking very much like game 5 could be a reality in the matchup. But wow, what happened in DmentZa's car there? Jack just flipped straight through him. DmentZa gets the boost. He's bumped Jack as well. Jack has to retreat. Not the best first touch by DmentZa. He's going to have to look for a different angle of attack. In fact, he's given the ball away, and Jack quickly sets up the flick, and he's followed up almost immediately. And the mind game by Jack. How fast did that one turn around? DmentZa tried to get in the way of it, but he ended up flipping past and faking himself. Imagine Ahmad versus O'Khaled. Yeah, that would be insane. I mean, Ahmad wants to beat O'Khaled, of course. O'Khaled's getting all the praise and all the glory in ones. Ahmad would love a piece of that pie. And he's a phenomenal player. Not just in threes, but in ones as well. Been top 10 this season. Oh, what a pre-jump by DmentZa. He's away. This should be a goal. Can DmentZa get it with a pre-flip? I think he's done it. 6-5. Unbelievable defense by DmentZa. Crazy pre-jump read there. And he secures the open net with a pre-flip as well. Just over a minute left. Jack is still struggling to read DmentZa and the dominus, and it's 7-5. great plays by DmentZa, coming back from behind. I really didn't see this coming at all. I thought when Jack showed up like he did in game 1 and 2, just rocking and rolling and playing his game, DmentZa would have no chance of coming back, but he's proven to be a man of many tricks. And he's going to go 8-2 ahead here, or is he? No, the weak shot won't allow him to. And that placement will. Jack is crumbling. And at the end of a game which has been close for the entire duration, DmentZa is extending the lead. He could just grab the ball and run it around the field now. If he can get a hold of it, this should be game. Nice recovery there by Jack. He got bumped into the ball, but he did well to control it. He's going to take to the air. That's a really good setup. Lands on DmentZa, who puts it straight through him. What a save again by DmentZa. Every second off the clock is huge for him at this point. Jack's right there. He's hit the post, and that might be the end of game 4. For apparently Jack, he was so close to making it a 6th goal for himself. But DmentZa has thoroughly outplayed him 2 games in a row now. And it's Jack who might have to go to the drawing board, because, you know, you can put one game down to just having a bad 5 minutes. DmentZa beating him twice in a row pretty comfortably at the end of the games. Now it's time for Jack to really think long and hard about what is currently happening in this matchup. He better fix this soon. Pressure is on. One of the favourites to make it all the way through this qualifier. And he's struggling. He is facing a reverse sweep now that is looking more and more realistic by the minute. And that's the confirmation. 10-5. 2 10-goal games for DmentZa against Jack. Unbelievable turnaround by the underdog. And this is why so many players were falling to him in the Fusion qualifiers. DmentZa under pressure, playing some of the best Rocket League that we've seen him play. Jack switched to dominus. I don't think I've ever seen Jack play anything except the Octane, so I don't see that coming. In fact, yeah, he will be back in the Octane unless he changed preset in here. This is it though. Game 5. Quarterfinal spot tomorrow in the EU qualifier on the line. 4 points on the line as well. Neither of these players have been able to get any as of yet. They are desperate to get on the leaderboard. First goal, first blood in game 5 for apparently Jack. One of the hottest prospects in the 1v1 world at the moment. But honestly, DmentZa has proven today that so is he. And this is such a stacked bracket. The fact that we're seeing so many realistic upsets in rounds 1, round 2, round 1 and 2 matches rather, is still pretty mind-blowing. I mean, I knew that the one scenes were going to be stacked, and these brackets did look stacked from day 1, but this is something else. Oh, how about that for placement? Jack finds the bar and the post and the goal at the same time. Nice little dip on that one as it just squeezes into the back of the net. He's ahead again. Yeah, clearly both these guys know how to play well under pressure. Jack has already proven that on the big stage. DmentZa denied from close range. He should be able to save this, but how good is the save going to be? Not the best is the answer, as Jack cycles around and puts in another devastating blow. And yeah, that touch from DmentZa, yeah, he kept it out the net, but it just wasn't good enough. He needed to get more of a clear on the ball, or else it was just going to be too hard to save. Where can you find the Salt Mine schedule? Well, if you go to the Liquipedia bracket, you'll be able to find all the qualifiers and all the qualifiers brackets. And then if you click on a matchup in a bracket, you'll see exactly when it starts on the information that loads up when you click on a match. And yeah, the main event schedule, that'll be out soon as well on the Liquipedia page. So just keep an eye on the Liquipedia page for Salt Mine 2 and you'll know everything as well. I do tweet before I go live and before the qualifier matches go live every single day. So if you follow me on Twitter, you're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss any of the action. Oh dear, Jack. Is he just own goal? Okay, you can catch up with it. Thank goodness for that, because that would have been a tilter. Nice half flip challenge by DmentZa. Jack is there to deny him the first shot. DmentZa's still coming. He's got to be careful though. He's not respecting Jack's speed, and Jack is going to punish him. with a 4th goal. I mean, it was a reasonable first touch by DmentZa there to set up a follow-up shot, but I don't think it was good enough to merit that attempt on goal. How do I assign streamers to series? Is it random? No, it's not random. I do it manually. I try and give a bit of variety. I mean, I know the non-English streams want to cast French, Spanish, Dutch, German players, so we try to do that where possible. You know, some of the casters know a lot about certain players. Marky Duda, for example, knows a lot about Nolly. He wanted to cast his game, so we had that earlier today. We had Colin Gregan casting Speed's game. In round 1, they know a lot about him. So, you know, it's mostly just I'll take a look at the games and think, okay, who would like to cast this one? We've got Danny Boy ATM from Ireland casting. The only Irish player in the bracket, Rob, of course. Said every language except Arabic. That's because the Arabic caster Naways has not been he's not been using the VLC feed that the other language casters are using. He's been in the lobbies, I believe, so you're going to have him casting, you know, mostly KSA players, which is pretty obvious. Nice play here by Jack. I think, oh, has he got the rebound? No, what a save! DmentZa demos him, and it's just off target. That could be huge. DmentZa shoots early. Wants to pile on the pressure here. But once again, it's a bit too careless. He's not respecting Jack's speed, closing down these follow-up shots. DmentZa doesn't need to be taking risks like this. He's got so much time on the clock. Just needs to be patient. Pre-flips to get the ball to the side. You know, I'm so impressed by DmentZa's knowledge of this hitbox, but Jack finds a way past again. And there's been a pretty consistent theme with a lot of the goals that DmentZa's been conceding this game. He is just not respecting Jack's speed. Once again, Jack beats him to it. This is the last match that we're going to have today for the EU Saltmine 2 qualifier coverage. I'll be back later tonight with a bunch of other streamers from the NA stream team. That'll be for the start of the second qualifier for the North American tournament. And if you want to catch tomorrow's EU action, be sure to follow all the casters that come up in the chat when you use the ! EU casters command. Also use the ! Languages command to bring up all of the foreign language casters, actually non-English streams. Do I ever sleep? Well, my sleeping schedule right now is a bit weird because I'm streaming super late for the NA ones. So I woke up today at 2 p.m. and I'll probably be awake until 6 in the morning, just to try and limit the tiredness, the fatigue that I'll be experiencing at the end of the NA streams. I mean, I'm feeling great right now, so hopefully it can continue. I have no sleep schedule. Well, I planned this sleep schedule. That's too much for Jack, or too much for DmentZa. It seemed Jack in Game 5 has stepped it up, and DmentZa's played a bit too risky for my liking overall. Is he going to be able to turn this one around once again? The casting schedule for the main event hasn't been done yet. Nice shot by Jack. Looking like first killer with these power shots. Really great stuff by him. Care about my health, sleep well. Well, I'm getting my, 7.5, 8 hours of sleep with, oh, DmentZa's out! He has had enough. I did not see that coming. Over a minute left in the clock, 5 goals. I thought he would try to come back, but DmentZa with the forfeit. And Jack confirms that he'll be advancing to the quarterfinal. Yeah, guys, it's perfectly acceptable for this to happen. I mean, DmentZa clearly in this Game 5 just feels like Jack is not going to be beatable from this position. And honestly, I would agree. I'd give him such a small percentage chance of coming back here because Jack has found an extra gear that's made it very difficult to play against. But overall, still a great performance by DmentZa. Well played to take Jack all the way to that 5th game. But yeah, let's take one more look at the bracket as we close out the day. We'll leave Jack in that lobby. He can dribble away to his heart's content as long as he wants. Let's take a look at what the final bracket standings are. Watch Jack, not gonna happen, boys. Oh, he's gone anyway. So yeah, he's out. Yeah, the Jack DmentZa series is over. Ahmad able to beat Rise in the other round of 16 game here, 5-2. Then a 5-4 overtime loss, then 8-2 and a 3-2 overtime win for Ahmad. Very impressive stuff against Rise, who made it into the quarterfinals in the first qualifier. So that's really impressive by Ahmad. But now this, what a game that is. Ahmad versus Jack in the quarterfinal tomorrow. Both the first time that these guys have made a quarterfinal for the Salt Mine 2 qualifiers. We also have Exotic and Louis P. They're the two guys who made it into quarters for Q1. Only one of them going to make it into semi. Can Louis make it to back-to-back semi-finals? That would be crazy. Top half of the bracket, all brand new quarterfinal players as well. Azrael, Growly, Rezi, Dead Monster. We will be live with those quarterfinal matches tomorrow at 5 o'clock British summertime. That's midday if you're on the east coast of USA, 9 in the morning if you're on the Pacific coast, and if you're Central Europe time, it's 6 o'clock p.m. So just check the Liquipedia bracket if you want to know exactly what time a match is happening in your time zone. When you click the little information button here, it will tell you what time it is, and after very soon we're going to be updating what streams all these matches are going to be happening on as well.